Hi guys, for this video, which is the fourth part of constraint, we're going to discuss the rest of the second part of the constraint tools. Okay, again, for constraint, it has to have two objects, which is the controller and the controllee. So let's say I have here a cube. Okay, and then let's try point on poly. Okay, and then I have here a cube. Okay, now since I want the cube to adapt the point on this polygon, okay, so let me go to vertex mode and then select the vertex that I want to have this cube constrained point on poly. Okay, so while selected the vertex, shift select on the box and then point on poly, and as you can see, it snaps on the polygon point that you selected. What it snap is the center of your controllee object, the center of the controllee object. Okay, so what this tool for, you just want to attach certain object to a certain point or vertex in of another object. Okay, but when I animate this, as you can see, it doesn't limit my object to move within the controller object, which is the sphere. What it only limits is the orientation of my object. So even if I translate it, this face is facing towards the area or the direction of the selected point. Okay, what if I try to rotate this? It ignores. Okay, so the point on poly just snaps, okay, the object orientation to this selected point. Okay, now let's try geometry. Okay, but let me create another object. So this is another object. Okay, and then I'm going to decrease the number of segments, and then I'm going to create a cube. Let me scale a little bit. Okay, and then I want this sphere to be the geometry to be constrained with the with the cube. Okay, I want this cube to move within the surface of this sphere. Okay, so let me select the sphere, shift select on the cube, and then geometry. As you can see, it snaps on the sphere. Now every time I move this cube, it limits the cube to move along with the object within the object surface. Okay, it doesn't allow my object to go outside my sphere. Okay, so this one, if you want to animate object, okay, that will only move within another object, within the surface of another object. Okay, so let's say you have a plant and you have a leaves. Okay, and you don't want this leaf to live within the surface of a stem or a trunk. Am I saying the right example? Anyway, so the purpose of this constraint geometry is you're going to limit the controlling object to animate or move along the surface of the controller object. Okay, now let's try normals. Okay, I'm going to create another cube. Okay, the normals you can see by look display. Okay, polygons and then face normals. At current, the face normals is pointing upward, as you can see from here. Okay, if your normals is reverse, it is pointing inwards. Right, currently there's no normals pointing inward, so it is facing the right direction. Okay, so let me select this sphere, shift select on the cube, and then constraint normal. So what happened? It just snaps the object orientation facing the normals of a sphere. Okay, now if I try to move this, every time I move this, it will look into the surface normal of our sphere. Okay, baga, even if you move your object elsewhere, okay, the eye or the direction of the object is always at the normals, looking at the normals of the controller object. Okay, which is currently our sphere. Okay, now what's with tangent? Okay, I'm going to create a new one. Okay, and then create a curve, EP curve, and then enter, and then I'll make a cube again. Now select the curve, and then select the cube, and then you hit tangent. Okay, what does tangent do? Okay, it only allows the object to move within the tangent of our curve. Okay, so if I move the curve, the cube will follow. Okay, even if I just created, let's say, a nerves circle. Okay, and then I'll make this as a controller, and this is the controlling, and then go to constraint tangent. Now every time I move this circle, it will follow the direction of the curve. Whenever the curve go, the direction of the cube goes as well. So it's like aim. Okay, however in aim, we usually use this as constraint for an eyeballs. Okay, wherein the eyeball will look up to the direction of the controller with aim constraint. Okay, this one is just tangent, or what you call the direction, or adjacent. Okay, whatever adjacent tangent you have on your curve, the geometry will look up to it on your controller. So that's it for our motion, for our constraint. Okay, lecture. So for the next video, we're going to discuss skeletal setup or skeleton.